Tres, dos, uno.
Boom, that is working. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gentleman of Crypto, episode 226. Today is Monday, August 13th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10ish.
What's going on, Tessa, Milto, Marcellus? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Oh, yeah.
Slow Monday in crypto news, but we're still here to talk about whatever is left out there. Who won the free Satoshis last week?
Oh, yeah. So we had one comment, however, wasn't really based on the question. But they did say that they did want to see us move to Brave browser and that they will be doing the same. I believe they stated Kim Bozak is doing that as well. So Brave browser definitely looking at that as another platform to use to stream the show. So thank you for that. Minho Dungyu, I believe is the name. So
Vivian.
No public address, but it's all good.
Vivian, good morning. Blockchain Shuja, John Seberg, Mark Maxwell, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Facebook, everybody on there. So thank you for joining.
All right. One of the, I guess, top stories today. Bitcoin.com CEO Roger Ver eyes ICO as token issuance protocol comes with Bitcoin Cash.
Oh, man.
You don't say.
Wow.
Roger Ver and ICO in the same sentence makes sense to me.
Yeah.
He was saying that his publication, Bitcoin.com, may launch an ICO as he unveils a new tool for allowing developers to issue tokens on the Bitcoin Cash blockchain in a Bitcoin.com video August 11th. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be called the Wormhole Cash Protocol, which allows for token creation on Bitcoin Cash with afford new possibilities, I think. And he was quoted as saying, for better or worse, ICOs and crypto kitties are probably coming to Bitcoin Cash in the near future, which is lead developer Corbin Fraser said. And of course, I feel like they're going to say that. And then Roger Ver responding here, they're probably coming to Bitcoin.com too. And then he's been thinking about having his own ICO, maybe for the gains part of the platform, issue a token to pay dividends or use part of the money to buy back the tokens in the open market. So basically, Roger Ver is back to his old tricks.
Yeah,
and that's getting money, baby.
That's getting money.
I will say,
Roger Ver, he will go for the money, and I think they have a pretty good plan to recover their half a billion losses in the last couple of months.
Woo.
They've lost
that sound like
half
ICO
a billion.
to me.
Yeah, they've lost 500 million at least, based on the holdings that they put out. This is their own report, so we don't know. But based on the holdings that they put out, they're down about half a billion the last 3 months, and it seems like they're coming from two separate ways, Roger Ver and Jahan Wu, in order to recover that money. Basically, Bitmain is going to IPO on one end,
right? Exactly.
And then Bcash is going to ICO on the other end to try and make up for that loss of money, because they tried to believe in their vision. They, they got Bcash. I think it was around 1,800 at its high.
They got a good pump.
Got a good pump. Coinbase.
Then you had to realize you got to sell this off. Everybody, everybody don't sell Bcash yet early.
Exactly.
Got to sell it off, and
you got to find a way to do it. And I believe his ICO will be the way. Right. Along with
this is the funny thing.
That's the funny thing to me is that everybody knows ICOs are usually a money grab. Like 99% of them are money grab in order for you to pay for what they might produce. It's not the other way around, which is the way it should be. Usually you should have a product, something that works. Bcash still hasn't been able to show the work. 8 megabit blocks don't matter at this point.
Shots fired.
They don't have any transactions. And in fact, if it wasn't for a Bitcoin Core developer who told them about an exploit in Bcash, they wouldn't have, Bcash might be done with. So
give them that fire.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Roger Ver is trying to get his money. Can't say anything bad about that for a businessman. Your job is to not give it to him. That's the only thing you have to not do in order for his business not to work.
It goes back to day one too, as far as one of the things about ICOs is that they are attempting to get your Bitcoin. And they're going to trade wherever they have for your Bitcoin
or Ethereum. Yeah.
And in this instance, he is trying to trade you his ICO tokens for an unproven network for more Bitcoin when there's already proven networks out there. So. Let's go ahead.
Yeah.
Drop one of these clue bombs for him. One more time. Because, you putting that fire on, drop one of these clue bombs.
Drop a bomb on him. Oh, yeah. We coming for you, Roger Ver. You hit the Funk Master Flex.
Like you said, it's crazy. You lose $500 million in the short span, less than 6 months or so. You thought you were going to have that money. Like you said, we're going to be launching IPOs over here with Bitmain. We're going to be launching ICOs, Roger Ver. We're going to do this 2-3 prong attack. We know Jeff Garzik last year did the Metronome ICO, same thing after his failed Segwit 2X force fork didn't work.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is the game. Like you said, they lost money, they want to make it back, and this is the game.
Yeah, and it's crazy they call it wormhole cash protocol.
Right. I mean, he's telling you what's going to happen.
He's telling you what's going to happen. But yeah, the fact that he said ICOs and crypto kitties are coming to Bitcoin Cash.
Just throw some keywords out there.
Exactly. I was going to say,
buzzwords.
You can see that they're definitely marketing. They're trying to, bounce off the other things that have been successful to an extent and then use it for themselves. So Roger Ver, we know you want to make money. However, in the crypto world, this is laughable.
Right.
Bcash has been a failed project so far.
Orange J Playlist said it's shameful. Jizzy Max said ungrateful. Roger started attacking core devs the same day too. Of course, that's the game plan. And again, he's going by the script, people. You can't be mad at him because it is literally he's come out on public TV and said, is a pump or is market manipulation. It's not illegal.
Yeah.
He came out and already said this is what we about over here. So if you're still following him. And hey, you're his market audience.
Yeah, he created the script.
His target audience, right?
So yeah.
John Sieber said they should let them fail and fail fast. Long pain is worse. Well, I think that's why he tried to establish that link with Coinbase because he knew, hey, if I'm in bed with the biggest exchange out here, especially backed by all these U.S. regulators, then if we do fail, remember they're trying to get this banking license. So if we fail, we can make the taxpayers pay for it, and that, of course, is the ultimate. Just top tier, next level Congress level.
Might as well be in government.
Right, Congress tier of hustling going on. So that's what happens with banks. So I think that's what he was trying to do: attach himself to a big company too big to fail.
Coinbase, BitPay,
and they're doubling down at this point.
Yep.
He forget it. That's what we do.
We'll see what happens.
Turkish Lira's collapse sees media's highlight Bitcoin. I said that wrong. Turkish Lira's collapse sees media highlight Bitcoin's relative stability. Right?
That's a weird thing to say about Bitcoin. Stability?
What?
I thought it was super volatile and you couldn't use it.
I love, again, shout out to Cointelegraph and your artists there. They literally have the Bitcoin guy ripping through their fiat currency like he was a Kool-Aid man. This is amazing. It's like this Family Guy episode, the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah.
You look around.
It's like nobody around. Oh, okay.
Right. But I love how they have the Bitcoin guy climbing. I mean, this is literally the Bitcoin guy now.
Yeah.
This is amazing. I love it. And one thing to comment on last story too. You notice there's no one from Bitcoin launching an ICO for Bitcoin, people.
Come on, man.
Because there is no one to do it.
Yeah.
That should tell you everything you need to know about
Absolutely.
Bcash. But yeah, it looks like mainstream media jumped on the unraveling currency crisis in Turkey today. With Bloomberg publicizing a demonstration of Bitcoin's comparative low volatility. What's your thoughts on that?
Man. Well, in my opinion, every time we have a currency meltdown, we have to look at Bitcoin as what it was made for because it's speculative in price. People speculate on the price. People trade it. Some people use it as a currency. But at the end of the day, it is the only backup you have to government fiat currency failing. There was none before 2009, 2008. Gold and silver are not as reliable as Bitcoin, I believe, long term. Because if you see how gold and silver is being manipulated, you can sort of see how their price has been held down. However, now that you have a backup, every time this happens, when Brexit happened, people panic. Price went up 20%. In Greece, when people panic, price went up 15%. And according to Google Trends, as soon as the Lira started tanking, the local exchanges saw volumes explode by 150%. This week alone. So you can see that whenever there's a chance that their current currency may go away, it's failing. I even saw a headline where the leader in Turkey told them in order to get Lira's price up to pray. Like that was their solution. Pray and please, hopefully the price will come back up.
It has nothing to do with your poor monetary policy.
Nothing.
But now let's go ahead and drop down.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's pray now. So it seems as though Bitcoin is being pushed away because governments don't want you to know you have a backup plan. But we have another example. I'm telling you, whenever these currencies go away, when they suck the way we've always said they usually do. They always, or the people there always turn to Bitcoin because you got to buy stuff, you got to use money, and I don't think telling people to pray is the best way to do it.
And this title for Bloomberg today, again, this is this morning, 3:27 a.m. for us Pacific time. It says Turkey meltdown propels Lira volatility above Bitcoin. You see just in the first couple of sentences, it says the Turkish Lira is so volatile it's making Bitcoin look tame by comparison. The 10-day swings in the Lira relative to the U.S. dollar now exceed those for Bitcoin amid Turkey's escalating currency crisis. So again, as you said, you're seeing the spike happen right now during the crisis. But it's one of those things we always say we haven't even seen the crisis, a bear run on the traditional American markets yet. When we have Bitcoin,
we haven't seen a correction, really.
We really haven't. So again, I mean, if this is where we're at right now, with everything being as highest in the history of United States as far as the market goes, then what's gonna happen when that thing shakes a little bit?
Yeah. And it's impossible to tell exactly how bad it'll get, but if you want to use these countries as an example, this is how it can get. And I know a lot of news can't come out because they just won't allow it. However, if you read enough and you can see, it's the same old pattern, We can't use our money, so you just got to deal with it. So it's not going to happen too much longer when Bitcoin becomes more mainstream. So
speaking of gold and silver, it looks like Rich Dad Poor Dad's author is bullish on Bitcoin, and he says the USD is a scam. So shout out
to
him.
Go for you, man.
There we go. Let's go ahead and drop one of Clue's bombs in there. So we just jacked this today.
Drop it on him.
Drop that Clue bomb one more time.
Oh yeah.
It's I mean, again, for him to be a popular author like he is, I forgot that I was skipping on the YouTube. You guys got a chance to see where I just went. For him to be a popular author, especially the person that, I guess to show a lot of people early on, hey, this is how you save money. Of course, Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the famous financial self-help book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He always talked about the U.S. dollar there in general, how to make money, save money, all that good stuff. But now he's saying the U.S. dollar is a scam, declaring that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are currencies of the people that will outlive fiat currency.
Yep.
And here's the amazing part, people. Again, Bitcoin doesn't have a marketing team behind it. They don't have anybody to send Robert Kiyosaki $100,000 in Bitcoin, $1 million in Bitcoin to have him say this.
Nope.
There is no one behind Bitcoin. So this is him coming on his own saying, hey, from what I know from my best-selling book about money and all this other good stuff, or how to become rich, I am here to tell you that the U.S. dollar is a scam. He didn't even say Bitcoin is better, you should use nothing. He went as far as to say it's a scam.
It's toast.
Which it is. Yeah, he put it here, the dollar is toast. It looks like he's quoted as saying the U.S. dollar is a scam. I think the dollar is toast because gold and silver and cyber currency are going to take it out. The U.S. dollar is gone. In the year 2000, there was one currency, the U.S. dollar. It was called the reserve currency in the world. And then came Bitcoin or cyber currency.
Absolutely.
What is your thoughts on this?
And I love that he said this because, anybody that can write a whole book about how to save money, how to use the U.S. dollar, to their advantage, obviously knows the inner workings of how the market works. And when they say to you straight up, U.S. dollar is a scam, you should listen.
It really is, though.
I mean,
you
it
really
is.
Look at it.
I think Bitmex sent out their email report, said the same thing. The U.S. dollar is the worst coin out there. Like, if there was any type of coin like it, would be terrible because the economics behind it allow inflation, and we already know it's no sort of set supply, no scarcity. Just print it out if it will, and we're too deep in debt. We're making $1 trillion in debt pretty much every month or something like that. I mean, it's ridiculous. So whenever someone like this says it, you can say what you want about the book. However, whenever somebody with this much influence talks about Bitcoin, I listen because, like we said, there's no marketing team. He didn't have to say this. He could have said Bitcoin is trash, Ethereum won't ever be used, stick with the U.S. dollar. But hopefully next time he comes out with a book, he'll accept Bitcoin as payment because that's how you start getting the ball rolling. Put some skin in the game, put your money where your mouth is. Okay, well, U.S. dollar sucks. Everybody that's thinking about buying this book, pay me in Bitcoin or any type of cryptocurrency. So, a lot of people have been talking about the end of this market. I think people are smarter now to it. Some people are just kind of bound by life where it's like, I got kids, I got bills, I got stuff to do, so I can't think about it.
Right.
But I think it's general consensus. Everybody knows it's coming crashing down at some point.
Well, and that's when
what's the next step though?
The economist we had on last week, Polier, who wrote the book, that's one of the things he says that people are getting so busy, they're trying not to think about it, they're not thinking about it. He's like, but when it happens, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So you can be prepared for it and and maneuver around it as best as you can by preparing yourself right now. Even if preparation means, you only have 6 months worth of beans and rice, at least you're prepared. Or you could just keep ignoring it. And then, as he said in his article, the biggest of all crashes is on its way, which we believe as well because, again, after what happened in 2008 with all the printing of the money, people, that money came out of nowhere.
Yeah, we just took it and gave it back to
the money came out of nowhere. And when it corrects this time, right? When it corrects this next time, it's not going to be a pretty picture. It is what it is. So.
Oh yeah, it's going to be one of those. I wouldn't say Armageddon type crashes, but there's a lot of stuff wrong right now.
Have your gunpowder drop.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up. Yep. It looks like Norm Bolduc said, "Do we think altcoins will recover? They've been slaughtered all year 2018." I think they'll recover as long as that super altcoin doesn't come out in the next 6 months.
Yeah, I think the strong ones will. It just won't be. I just don't think it'll be on the scale of last time, because most of the altcoins that made a lot of money, last year or whatnot, were ICOs. And as you can see, a lot of the ICO people can't even sell their Ethereum now. And that's why the Ethereum price is probably tanking. So if altcoins do recover, it'll be the stronger coins that have been around for a while with a good community, not necessarily ICO'd, which we've discussed before, but utility tokens and things of that nature that have a use case, I think they'll recover. But some of them, they are going away. I mean, they're just dead coins.
It's supposed to be. Like, again, coming out of last year into this year, I mean, even around the same time, a lot of coins that are top 10, top 20 coins died throughout the year last year because of new ICO marketing projects that came out. Like, literally, ICOs came out. They were pushing the marketing team, and coins, whether good or bad, who have previously ICO or previously, been created, they literally just fell to the wayside, and they're still dead and gone. So, like you said, that ICO cycle for some of them are going to be over. So coming into the next 6 months, next year, there'll be new coins ICO with bigger marketing teams that you're going to pay attention to. And the ones the ones that only had the okay projects or don't even have a working project yet, they are going to fall hard unless they were actually a real project that is diligently working in times like this. Because this is the time for an ICO to work right now. So
yeah, that's definitely what I believe going forward. Somebody said, Milto, not enough big banks investing in Turkey for U.S. to worry about it. True, at this point. However, if you're in the U.S. or if you're in a country where big banks have a lot of control, it only has to happen once. Like the U.S. dollar, if it happens, we're talking about a global crisis. So they may not be worried about it right now. However, at some point, chicken's got to come home to roost at some point. Right. I mean, you got to pay back what you owe. And right now we're at credit, student loan, and housing bubble at the same time. So
it's going to be interesting. All right, it looks like let's see, controversial. Let me pull this up. Controversial stablecoin Tether issues new batch of USD tokens worth $50 million. Listen, this is old news. We know Tether keeps pushing out tokens, Euro, USDT tokens, and all that good stuff. I just like to talk about it, honestly, because it is truly amazing.
Yeah, they began subpoenaed, audited, and they were like, "Whoop, here goes 150 million."
Who's the squad working at Tether? That's what I want to know. It is. Listen, like you said, they've been subpoenaed. They've been trying to be audited. All this negative stuff has been thrown at them.
Investigate.
And they look you in the eyes. They say, "We're printing $50 million more worth of tokens."
Yeah, say something.
Like, they are not. They're not shaken or stirred by all the nonsense going on.
I think they actually have the money. I think that's the biggest thing people are leaving out, is that they basically figured they don't have the money just because they got audited or because Bitconnect was involved. I think they do have the money. However, they don't want to have to go through the same thing banks are going or had to go through before. Or we just go back to where we were. Because if they have to, give up all of their information, give up all of their different data, then they're basically a digital bank, so to say, and they have to go through the same thing as banks did. But if they don't have the money backing it, they're just fractional reserve crypto. And we've been used to that in the banking industry, and in crypto, you want to have those assets backed up one-to-one. So I believe they actually do have it, or they would. I don't think they would be this bold if they didn't, because they literally are looking at the investigators in their face and like, oh, okay, cool. Here's another 50 million. More. Yeah, last time it was what, 300 million. It was like, oh yeah, cool, print some more. So yeah, Tether, shout out to them for being strong and not really. They don't really care about any of this, or the what was the guy's name? Bitconnect, who kept saying Tether was the reason the price was pumping. Well, he's been proven wrong, because Tether hasn't pumped the price at all this year. And they printed it out.
Was like I don't want to say the wrong school. Maybe Yale or MIT did a thing on it as well, and they said Tether was or the one professor did something on it. It was one professor. I won't say the school, pardon me, but yeah, he did a thing where he said Tether was the reason as well. Yeah. And like you said, we'll see.
Correlation is not causation.
If tomorrow goes up to 9,000, then hey.
Exactly. Yeah.
We don't see that happening right now.
Yeah.
Milto said Bitcoin dominance is at 52%. When that drops, the alts will see gains. Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. That again, that's kind of like we just said with Tether. It doesn't equate to causation, but because another fudster from the United States could send that thing down again across the board, whether it's Bitcoin or alts.
Everything except Bitcoin is security, and then what happens?
Basically, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So.
Yeah, so it's a few factors that have to go into that, but I think the strong ones will survive long term.
Bitcoin is always a good hedge against alts if long at the right time.
Yep.
It's true as well.
True as well. Thank you for that, John Siebert.
All right. Dead coin walking. Bitconnect set to be delisted from last crypto exchange. Wow.
It's over. It's
I didn't
finally
realize
over.
crypto or Bitconnect was still on exchanges. What's going on with that?
Yeah, Bitconnect, the very last exchange, the last one that actually had Bitconnect listed is gone. So Bitconnect is officially a dead coin. We knew it was dead, a few months ago after the subpoenas came down and a lot of people got investigated. Website went away. However, it is official because there was a small Bitconnect pump, I think last week. It went up like 20 or 30% because it was one exchange left. And I think that was the exit pump they needed to get, whatever money out of it. And it's over because the exchange, Trade Satoshi, which is a very, very small exchange, their daily volume is around 1 million, which is nothing for an exchange. They actually delisted it along with a few other pairs. But Bitconnect is finally gone. You should have known it was over when you saw the Bitconnect concert or conference they had. And as we joke around with it, the Bitconnect guy, yelling, "Let's show what it is."
Well, what's crazy is that it said the token still had a market cap of over $6.6 million, which means either one of the original people or somebody who truly believed in somebody was left holding that bag still. At the end of the day, 6.6 mil, somebody was left holding the bag.
Yeah.
And again, listen,
I mean,
you could make this go away for the next 5 years, 6 years, and literally bring it back. Yeah. Exactly the same way.
Rebranded though,
and you'll have a market. You already got the marketing materials. You got a signal, a sign, a ticker symbol, and all that good stuff. All you need to do is, like I said, rename it or something, or just remarket it and push it right back out. But it also goes to show that, hey, whether you like something, whether it's a scam or not, regardless of what it is, the market will decide, and if it's tradable, it's tradable.
Yeah.
So, we talk about some of the coins or things we might not believe in or we don't support or whatever, but we say, hey, it's still business. This is what we mean.
Yeah.
Whether you like Bitconnect or not, you said, what, last week I had 20% pump and dump on it, or pump at least?
Real quick pump, and then
So, this thing just got delisted. We know it's a scam coin. It's been out there. People are still trading it, people. So.
It went from $400 to 67 cents, and people were still trading it.
There we go.
So, it's always somebody in the market, or at least it's some bots somebody didn't turn off. At the very least. Yeah,
but again, somebody's on those bags.
Yeah, shout out to Carlos Mata.
Right?
Yeah.
Bitconnect.
Bitconnect. Yeah, that's definitely classic forever.
That's it.
Hey.
One more. That's right. That is who you invest your money with. All right, for the free Satoshis today, what are we doing?
Oh, yeah. So our question of the day is, we discussed the economy a lot today, Turkish Lira being the reason for it. However, if there is a tipping point in the U.S. economy, what will it be? Do you think it'll be housing market? Do you think it'll be credit bubble, student loan bubble? Do you think Bitcoin will overtake it and people start using it instead? Let us know. Put your public address, and we'll send those free Satoshis.
There we go. Thank you for watching, as always, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers.
Have a good one.